Yo, what's happening today? We're going to be talking about how to create an irresistible offer that sells itself. Firstly, there's 5 core parts of an irresistible offer, but what makes a good offer? And it's when the reward outweighs the risk. Selling feels like an uphill battle when you have a bad offer and you need to overcompensate to make sales, and you're just pushing against the risk. But when the reward outweighs the risk and it makes it feel non-existent, then the offer sells itself to the right person in need. Reward is what they want, the dream outcome, and risk is what they fear, failure. Your offer's job is to increase the perceived reward and decrease the perceived risk of your promise. The promise, this is the first core piece to the irresistible offer, which is the clear outcome. What problem are you solving? You want to paint the transformation from where they are currently struggling and where they will be succeeding using your offer in a short sentence. So as you can see, your ideal client over here with their current situation with problems, and you and your offer is the bridge that they need to cross to get to their dream outcome and succeed. And you can break down your offer into different phases, and you likely want a first phase where they can get a quick win in the first 30 to 60 days to get some instant relief. But what's the big promise you can confidently deliver? That's what you need to think about. And what phases do they need to go through to get to their dream outcome, so you can segment it. That's more about like the program and stuff like that, but it still goes into creating the offer. The second piece is convenience. Make your main promise more reachable. There's 3 accelerants to stack value and do this. The first is speed. How can you get them the results faster? Second is ease. How can you make the process easier for them? And third is better. How can you add more value with support and depth and personalization? The third core part to an irresistible offer is the guarantee, risk reversal. Lower the perceived risk so people feel safe to take action. And here's an example of what it would look like with no guarantee and then a bold guarantee. Bit of a mad drawing, but just what I went off with the picture. Remove the fear of regret from your offer. The best guarantee reduces emotional risk, not just financial. But just because it's the best guarantee for them doesn't mean it's the best for you. Like for example, if you aren't at their desired outcome, I'll work for you for free until you are. Using this guarantee, you could end up trapped with low quality clients that don't apply themselves, and then you're just stuck. You need to find a balance where it's a win-win for both sides. If you're going to use a bold guarantee, make sure you set requirements that they need to do in order to be eligible. If you do everything with my guidance over the next 3 months and you aren't at your desired outcome, I'll give you a full refund and we'll go separate ways. This is a lot more balanced. So when creating a guarantee, you need to think of what are they scared of losing, how can you share the risk with them, and what guarantee feels bold but safe for your business and it's still deliverable. And the fourth core piece is payment. This isn't about undervaluing your offer and not charging what you deserve. I'd actually suggest charging more if the conversion makes sense, because price is a powerful lever for scaling. But to make optimal use of it though, you need to have payment plans and financing available. And that's the component to make your offer stronger, which is how you handle payments. Most people won't pay in full if they have the option not to, but that's a good thing because more will convert. You can also offer an incentive for those that do pay in full. For example, $4,000 paid in full or $4,400 if you split it on a payment plan. But that's if you're doing payment plans in-house. You can use third-party financing platforms that will give you the upfront payment while they pay it off, which is a win-win because you're getting the money up front and they're still able to split up their payments. And then what you need to think about when doing the payment piece to the offer is how can you make it easy to say yes? Can you include a deposit and flexible payment plan? And do you offer an incentive for those paying in full? And the fifth part to making an irresistible offer is urgency and scarcity. The purpose is to give them a reason to act now. Urgency is time-based. For example, closing applications in 48 hours. Scarcity is quantity-based. For example, only 10 spots available or limited one-on-one access with me. Combine both to make it stronger. For example, 10 spots open, closing next Sunday. Not sure when I'll next open, so get in while you can. Having a real limited supply with your offer is powerful because people will have fear of missing out. and you're saying no to them when they want to pay. So it creates more like value in their head because they can't access it. Well, they can access it, but on a limited supply. People do fake these limitations, but I recommend using real urgency and scarcity because it will increase the value and reputation of your offer. And also, you don't want to come across scammy. Like, authenticity goes a long way. So being real and having legit urgency and scarcity is what makes a solid offer. That's the 5 parts to making an irresistible offer. So if you can nail all of these down, your offer will be solid. Make the reward undeniable and the risk irrelevant, and your offer will sell itself. Nice one for watching this video. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram. And if you need any help with building your offer or the funnels behind it and the systems, then shoot me a message as well, and we'll see if we're a good fit together.